secret or personals made public by the media, right? The news scandal breaks. Tell someone new information for the first time, right? Break the news to someone, right? Use service of professional, right? Engage or enlist the service of someone. Use particular name in a certain context, right? Go by a particular name. Always, never miss once, without fail. Frequent versus casual customers. We have regulars, whatnot. Emphasize that something only lasts for a relatively short time, right? A matter of, and two different type of adoption we have: closed or confidential, and open adoption. And be a result of a process event, right? Come up. Sorry. Okay. An experiment, right? We did an experiment online detecting techniques based on eye movement, right? And we found something interesting about our own classmates. Okay, someone who we think is, who we thought a good boy, but it's actually. Okay, so warm up group activity. We're gonna listen to 3 short clips taken from the Big Bang Theory. Friends and everybody loves Raymond. And identify what they have in common. Write your answer on the piece of paper, and also give your answer to the idiom summary task as well. Okay, Rồi các bạn sẽ phải xem 3 clip này, have only one lesson, và quyết định là nó chung nhau điểm gì, viết điểm chung đi số. Okay. You have only one lesson. Let's see how many groups you're gonna have here today. So group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the remaining 3 guys, 13, 14, and the remaining one's gonna be 15. Chúng ta có 15 nhóm nhé. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Này. Đấy, chúng ta sẽ có 15 nhóm. Giảm gió, em bảo người ta đẩy cái, các bạn em đẩy cái lên là nó sẽ khác nha. Okay. You guys have only one lesson, so really pay attention.
Listen, Ray, I don't get this. I mean, you work all the time, and you have to go on road trips, and when you come back, you run off and play, and now you got to be captain.
Listen, I've been playing with these guys since high school, and we've never come close to winning a championship. This time we're close, and if I can be captain, I know we can go all the way.
And winning is more important than spending time with your family?
Apples and oranges.
They're letting her just use them like that. I mean, anything she wants, they go panting after her like trained dogs. You know that just last week she had Howard drive all the way to her uncle's house in Orange County to pick up her TV?
You want Ted Leonard and we get your television from your ex-boyfriend?
Apples and oranges here, Sheldon.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, we still care about each other. There's a history there. It's like you and Carol.
No. It's nothing like me and Carol.
Please. If she said to you, Ross, I want you on this couch, right here, right now, what would you say?
If it helps, I could slide over.
It's a totally different situation. It's apples and oranges.
Okay. So write down the thing that is in common, right? Those 3 clips have in common. And also, idiom summary. Dưới này có ai cần giấy không? Đây bạn đã ghi được apples in English? Have we ever write anything in Vietnamese in our class so far? Nghe đến này summary ngắn mà đúng không? You guys done? No? Đúng thế. Chú ý số nhiều số ít thôi nha. Sai là mất điểm đấy. You guys done? Okay. Nó nào xong rồi thì chuyển lên. Nhóm thôi tôi trả lại qua điểm rồi. Now move around, guys. Right. So what's the solution, guys, for this one? It's gonna be is apples and oranges, right? Okay. What does it mean when you say apple and oranges? When you say that two things are apple and oranges, what do you mean? That means they are totally different, right? And you should not compare them. Okay, right. Đây là hai thứ về bản chất hoàn toàn khác nhau, cho nên chúng ta không nên so sánh. Đấy, so sánh. Mọi sự so sánh đều là khập khiễng trong việc này, đúng không? Đấy. And when we say apples and oranges, right? A related structure for this one when you say something's night and day, right? When he say that two things are completely different or different in every possible way. And I say night and day. Right? But there is a difference between those two structures, right? Apple and oranges focus on emphasize no comparison. This one emphasize big differences. Okay? Right. Tức là hai cái này đều mang hàm ý là hai cái này rất là khác biệt. Nhưng mà cấu trúc trên thường mang hàm ý là đừng có so sánh, đúng không? Vì chúng nó khác nhau quá. Còn cấu trúc dưới thì là chính ra là có so sánh, đúng không? Nhưng mà nó làm sao? Nhấn mạnh vào cái sự khác biệt đó. Ok. Đấy. Đấy, cho nên là khi mà chúng ta muốn bảo người ta là đừng có so sánh nó khập khiễng ấy, ta sẽ phải nói là apples and oranges. Okay. I'm going to give you the solution, the clip again with subtitle, so we could understand what's going on there.
Listen, Ray, I don't get this. I mean, you work all the time and you have to go on...
Right, so the wife complained that her husband had to go on business all the time. He's so busy with his work.
Road trips, and when you come back, you run off and play.
And then when he came back, instead of spending time with the family, he ran off and played sports.
And now you got to be captain.
Now you want to be the leader of his sport teams, right?
Listen, I've been playing with these guys since high school, and we've never come close to winning a championship. This time we're close. And if I can be captain, I know we can go all the way.
And winning is more important than spending time with...
So winning a sport game is more important than spending time with your family?
Your family?
Apples and oranges.
So what does he mean when he say apple and oranges in this case? Spending time with family is one thing, right? Playing sport is another thing, right? And you should not compare those two. Yeah.
I cannot believe they're letting her just...
Right? And she complained about another girl, right? Who she think, right? Takes advantage of her male friends.
Use them like that. I mean, anything she wants. They go panting after her like trained dogs. You know that just last week she had Howard drive all the way to her uncle's house in Orange County to pick up her TV?
Right, so she asked Howard to pick up her TV, right, in her uncle's house.
You want Ted Leonard and me get your television from your ex...
So Sheldon pointed out that she actually did the same thing, right, before.
Boyfriend.
Apples and oranges here, Sheldon.
Right, and she said apple and oranges here, right. What she meant is that, right, me asking you guys to do things is one thing. That girl's asking you guys to do things is a different thing. Right, that's her logic for this one.
And then we took a walk down to Bendel's, and I told him not to, but he got me a little bottle of Chanel.
Right, so Rachel went out on a date with her ex-boyfriend, ex-fiancé actually, right? And Ross so worried that they might be back together. Okay, so. And he bought her something very expensive, Chanel, a bottle of Chanel.
That's nice. Was that before or after you told them to stop calling, stop sending you flowers, and to generally leave you alone?
Right. Well, we never actually got to that. Oh, it was just so nice to see him again, you know? It was comfortable and it was familiar. And it was just nice.
That's nice twice.
Rachel, what's going on? I mean, isn't this the same Barry who you left at the altar?
Duh, where have you been?
Yeah, but it was different with him today. I mean, and he wasn't like orthodontist guy, you know? I mean, we had fun. Was there anything wrong with that?
Yes.
Why?
I have my reasons.
When you don't know why, just say, I have my reasons, right?
Okay, how about the fact that he's engaged to another woman who just happens to be your ex-best friend?
All right. I know it's stupid. I'll go see him this afternoon, and I will just put an end to it.
Alright, so she's going to put an end to that. Let's see.
Wow.
Okay, so that's actually an end, right? It's a happy ending.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
How do you take it? Pretty well, actually.
Rach?
Yeah.
How come you have dental floss in your hair?
Oh, do I?
Uh-huh.
He ended up having sex in his chair. You had sex in his chair?
I said that a little too loudly, didn't I?
You had what?
Sex in his chair.
You know why it's funny, right? Because when Rod says, you had what? Is that a question? No, it's a rhetorical question, right? He already heard what the other girl just said, right? But because he's so surprised about that, she say, "We have what?" Right? But Phoebe answered that anyway, so that's why it's funny.
You had what?
Sex in his chair.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, we still care about each other. There's a history there. It's like you and Carol.
Right? Carol is Ross' ex-wife, right?
No. It's nothing like me and Carol.
Please. If she said to you, Ross, I want you on this couch, right here, right now, what would you say?
If it helps, I could slide over.
It's a totally different situation. It's apples and oranges.
Right? So you compare you and your ex-fiance to me and my ex-wife, it's totally two different things, right? Okay. You should not compare. Okay? Okay? So remember, we also have like night and day, right? Something totally different in every possible way. Fun question, right? What's the expression used to mean the other way around? Right? That two things basically the same, even though they may look different, right? Okay. The previous structure means two things that may look the same, but they are actually different. But now, two things that may look different, but basically they're the same thing. What are you gonna say? Right. I'm gonna give you several structures for this one. First, potato, potato. Right? So when you say potato, potato, that means same thing, right? Is potato, potato, just two different ways of pronouncing the word potato, right? Okay. Second one is gonna be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? So you know 6 of one is basically the same as half of a dozen of the other as well, right? Okay. And this one's more proverb-like, right? Sometimes in short form you just say 6 of one. Đấy, đôi khi ta chỉ cần nói 6 of one người ta hiểu, tức là gì? Hai thứ này same, đúng không? Right. You can also say same difference. Okay? Right. It's different, but it's actually the same. Right. So you say same difference. In writing, we have one more structure, right? A distinction without difference. Right. You should use this one in writing, right? So you know distinction means difference. Right? So when you say a distinction without difference, it actually is the same thing. Okay? Đây là những cấu trúc để chỉ đấy, hai thứ nhìn thì có vẻ giống như gì nhìn có vẻ tưởng là khác nhưng mà bản chất thì gì đấy là một thôi. Potato, potato. Ví dụ như mình bảo bạn mình là sao mày học ngu thế, mà không phải tao ngu mà tao chỉ lười đâu. Okay. Potato, potato. Okay. So you mean the same thing. Now let's watch sample videos for this one.
Phoebes, you were right about her. You know, she did try to use sex as a weapon. Yeah, it hurt my back a little. Yeah, we're better off without them.
And you know, even if they break up again, you better not let him in your sad men's club.
Right, so better not let him back in your sad man club.
Divorced men's club.
Right, and Ross tries to correct her. It's not sad man club, it's divorced man club.
Potato, potato.
So you are a divorced man and the sad man is actually the same thing. Potato, potato.
Actually, I need 2. One for me and one for my friend.
They went to an auction.
And
Zooey Deschanel.
Right? Because her friend looks like the actress Zooey Deschanel, right? So she says that's my.
What? You look like her.
You look like her.
Everybody does. It's the least expensive look you can do and still get laid. Oh, this is from the summer house. Max, you know the expression born with a silver spoon in your mouth? This is mine.
Yes, do not handle that. I'm asking you to put it down right now.
Hey, you might want to relax the attitude. You really think my friend Jennifer
Another actress, right?
Love Hewitt, international movie and Lifetime Channel superstar, is gonna steal a used spoon?
Sorry, I didn't recognize you. Now I see it.
I thought I was Zooey Deschanel.
I thought I was another actress.
6 of 1. All you Hollywood brunettes look alike.
Right, so when you say 6 of 1, you mean it's basically the same thing. Okay, 6 of 1. Okay. Rewriting, remember, chúng ta nhớ cái cấu trúc cuối cùng này chúng ta dùng cho bạn viết cho tôi, đúng không? Khi mà nói là hai thứ chả có gì khác, ba cấu trúc trên ta dùng cho bạn nói. Same difference. 6 of 1. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the reading part. Take out the reading. Alright. That season, the 3 finalists are gonna be Tara, Helen, right, the cookie eater, and Mike. Right. And the reading to about 2 of them. Take that. Trong tập bài của lớp em chắc là còn. Thế thì anh chiêu làm sao được. Chúng ta xem chung vậy. Share. Nghe.
Tara Costa, I wouldn't ask for anything more by Anne Makolinsky.
Right, when you say wouldn't ask for anything more, what does it mean? Remember this one? Alright, it's perfect, right? His story is the best for me.
Tara Costa proved herself to be fiercely competitive and determined on the show. She remembers a time not long ago when her attitude was completely different. Costa became a plus-size model at 13.
You know what does it mean, a plus-size model? The model is not very skinny, right? They had some curves as well. That's the plus-size model. Tức là cái loại mà có đường cong nảy nở đấy, tôi gọi này. Ok. Chứ không phải cái người mẫu và phẳng dẹt mà đình phẳng, đúng không? Okay.
By her early 20s, she had started gaining weight and was dropped from her modeling agency.
Right, so she was fine when she gained some weight.
As a recent graduate of New York University,
And see how she pronounced the words? Graduate.
recent graduate.
Đấy, chúng ta thấy có gì lạ không? Đấy. Chúng ta nhớ là graduate khi mà dùng với nghĩa danh từ hoặc tính từ thì âm cuối cùng của nó là âm schwa. Đấy, cho nên chúng ta không đọc là graduate mà chúng ta đọc graduate. Còn graduate là động từ. Nghe. Đấy, graduate. Nghe. Đây là một cái sai lầm hay thường xuyên chúng ta mắc.
As a recent graduate of New York,
See? Is that the schwa sound? And graduate.
as a recent graduate of New York University, things spiraled out of control, she said.
Remember spiraling out control? When you lost control completely, right?
Her job in finance was demanding and required long hours. She threw herself into work and stopped paying attention to her health.
What does it mean when you throw yourself into something? That means you spend most of your time, effort, right, energy into doing that kind of thing. Đấy, tức là chúng ta làm sao quăng mình vào việc, tức là hàm ý là gì? Chúng ta ngập, tập trung vào chỉ làm một cái việc đó. So she let her work take over her health, being well-being, right? It's a big mistake.
And stopped paying attention to her health. I let my professional career take over my health and well-being, she said.
Right. When you say something take over something else, what does it mean? It becomes more important, right? It becomes more important than the other thing. Yeah.
Costa said she was embarrassed and ashamed.
Remember, embarrassed, right? So, it's not embarrassed,
Costa said she was embarrassed and ashamed of her weight gain and changed her lifestyle accordingly. She stopped taking trips to visit friends because she didn't want them to see how she looked. She was also afraid of having to buy a seatbelt extender on flights. The downward cycle continued as she took solace in eating.
What does it mean when you take solace in doing something? Means that you find comfort, right? Or right when in doing something. Tức là chúng ta giải sầu, đúng không? Đấy, thì chút đấy vào một cái việc gì đó thì ta sẽ dùng take solace in doing something. Và nhớ cái từ solace này chúng ta xoa âm thứ hai, chúng ta không đọc là solace, nghe? Đấy, nó là solace, nghe? Đấy. When you find comfort, right, you try to ease off your pain by doing something. That's take solace. Đấy, chút nỗi buồn vào cái việc gì đó. Đấy, cô này đã lên cân thì cô lại còn chút nỗi buồn vào việc gì ăn. Đấy, so it's getting worse, right?
Continued as she took solace in eating.
Đấy, remember solace. Nghe? Đấy.
The cycle continued as she took solace in eating. The only thing that comforted me was food, she said. Sitting on her couch with ice cream and cookies, she watched the season 5 finale of The Biggest Loser while bawling my eyes out.
When you bawl your eyes out, what does it mean? It means that you cry really hard, right? When you're crying really hard, you bawl your eyes out. Okay. Câu này có nghĩa là khóc nức nở đấy, đúng không? Đấy. Khóc mà nước mắt nước mũi giàn giụa thì bawl one's eyes out. Bawl.
Loser while bawling my eyes out, she said. But something had changed. Instead of sinking deeper into her unhappiness, she thought, if they can do it, so can I, she said. The next day she went to her local gym and signed up. She also applied online to be a contestant on the show. Before the show, Costa said she could barely get up the subway stairs, much less exercise. She would enter her office building dripping sweat after her commute.
Right, what does it mean, dripping sweat? That means you sweat a lot. Okay. You can also say that drip with sweat means same thing. Or you can also say dripping wet, right? Right. When you say you are dripping wet, that means you are soaked, right? Completely wet, something. Like from the rain, right? You got dripping wet. Right. Nước chảy ròng ròng, đúng không? Ướt đầm, that's dripping wet. Sorry.
She said. She is proud of herself and the huge change she's made in both her looks and her attitude. I love my experience on the show, she said. I wouldn't ask for anything more. Helen Phillips, from A Size 22 to A2 by Renee Lynch. The Biggest Loser's contestant Helen Phillips said she knew what her more youthful competitors were thinking. They never considered me a threat. They just looked at me and said, you know what? She's 48, she's never going to make it. And that's just the way she wanted it. Helen, the retired retail manager who showed up at the ranch at 257 pounds, went from a size 22 to a size 2.
Right. Okay, size 2 means your size, right? Most of you will be size 2. And she went from size 22 to that one.
Lucky for me. Hey. I kept my mouth shut and flew low under the radar.
Right. What does it mean when you fly low under the radar? That means you try not to get attention to yourself, right? Mình nữa self correction cho tôi cái từ radar, đúng không? Not radar, okay? Right. So fly low under the radar means right? You try not to get attention to yourself, right? And two other structures to mean the same thing. You keep a low profile, right? Or you lay low, right? Right. When you try to lay low or keep a low profile, you try not to get attention to yourself. Or you fly low under the radar. It means the same thing. Tất cả những này là đều làm sao kín tiếng, đúng không? Kín tiếng. Cố gắng không gây sự chú ý người khác. Okay. Ví dụ như hôm nào mà chúng ta không làm bài, try to keep a low profile. Cách ngồi xuống dưới, ngồi ra sau cột, đúng không? Đấy. Okay. Những nhân vật sau cột là nhân vật là hay. I didn't mean anything. Okay, just say that. Yeah. Okay.
My mouth shut and flew low under the radar, said Helen, sounding jubilant despite just 3 hours of sleep. She said she struggled at times during the season when she lost challenges to younger, stronger players. Helen said,
Okay, Helen was in the bottom two several times before, but their competitor never voted for her to go home because they think she's a weak player, right? So they're gonna vote to send stronger player to go home. Right? And finally, she's in the finale. That's a funny thing.
That her decision to lay low was her only foray into gameplay.
Right, lay low so means the same thing. Right?
The rest was old-fashioned hard work and...
Right, this, what does it mean when you say foray into? Does that mean your new adventure or new experience into something, right? Bây giờ chúng ta bắt đầu có một cái trải nghiệm, một cái khám phá, thử nghiệm một cái gì đó mới mẻ thì đấy chính là một cái gì đây? Foray, đúng không? Đấy, okay. Foray into something. Đấy. Okay. Dù bạn học tiếng Anh lâu rồi bạn quyết định đi dạy tiếng Anh hả? Những buổi đầu tiên của bạn chính là my foray into English teaching. Okay. Something like
Cliché as it might sound, starting to believe in herself. She said that when she got to the Biggest Loser ranch, she couldn't blame anyone for dismissing her. I never believed in myself in the beginning, either. But when she made that decision, when she said, I'm tired of doubting myself, something clicked.
Remember something clicked?
The minute I started doing that, things changed for me. While many of this season's contestants struggled to continue losing weight after they were sent home from the ranch, Helen excelled. She worked out a jaw-dropping 6 hours a day doing old-school workouts. She'd wake up at 4:30 in the morning, hit the gym for 2 hours.
What does it mean when they say hit the gym? Hit just in the spoken language for going to the gym, right? You also say hit the road. Hit the road, right? Or hit the highway, right? That means go to the road to travel, right? A highway. Cái này giống như tiếng Việt mình nói là lên đường đấy, đúng không? Let's hit the road. Tức là nào lên đường đây. So.
Morning. Hit the gym for 2 hours. Go back for 2 hours midday and then back again at the end of the day for 2 more hours. In between, plenty of good food and rest. It paid off. I was concentrating on
remember, concentrate, right? Not consent, nah. Concentrate.
I was concentrating on finishing my journey. Next up for Helen, a whole new life. Helen said she wants to open a spinning and wellness center and become a motivational speaker, focusing on men and women of a certain age or those who fear they are too busy with family obligations. One downside to the large amount of weight loss is loose skin.
What does it mean when I say downside? It's spoken language for disadvantage, and of course we have upside, right? The advantage or advantages of something. And when you say that something have more upside than downside, what does it mean? When you say something has more upside than downside, that means the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Right? Tức là nó có nhiều ưu điểm hơn là nhược điểm. Nó nói là more upside than downside. Nhiều ưu điểm hơn là nhược điểm.
Large amount of weight loss is loose skin, particularly in the chest. She said she would not rule out surgery.
What does it mean, rule out? Right. When you rule out something, that means you stop considering that kind of thing as an option. Right. Tức là chúng ta loại trừ khả năng đó ra, không tính vào nữa, rule out. Right. Chúng ta thấy là một cái nhược điểm lớn của cái việc mà cái việc mà giảm cân nhiều đó là da nó trở nên là lùng bùng, đúng không? Đấy. Ok, thế thì thường người ta sẽ phẫu thuật để mà cắt cái đoạn da đi là nhanh nhất, nhưng mà cô ấy chưa muốn làm được đấy.
She said she would not rule out surgery, but first she is going to apply the same tried and true tactics that got her this far.
What does it mean when you say try and true? Try and true is some kind of methods that have been tested many times before and proved to be effective by a lot of people. Right? So something has been tried and proved to be effective by a lot of people. That try and true. Tức là một cái phương pháp, một cái biện pháp, một cái cách mà đã được rất nhiều người thử và đã làm sao thành công. Đấy, chính là try and true. And you can also say try and test it. It means the same thing. Try and test it. Đấy, ví dụ như là trên báo một quảng cáo đây là phương thuốc gia truyền. Đấy, chúng ta đừng nghĩ gia truyền đây có nghĩa là traditional đâu. Gia truyền đây là hàm ý là gì? Đời này qua đời khác đã làm sao? Đã dùng, đã chữa được rất nhiều người rồi, đúng không? Chính vì thế mà khi gì cái tiếng Anh người ta thường nói là gì đây? Try and true potion, đúng không? Đấy, một cái phương thuốc gia truyền. Okay, not a traditional one.
And true tactics that got her this far. To date, she had focused on losing weight. Now she will focus on toning and building muscle strength and see where that leaves her before she makes any other decisions.
What does it mean when you say see where that leaves? That means you want to see the result first before making further decisions. Right? When you say that, I want to see where that leaves me before I do anything else, right? You want to see the result first before making any further decisions. Đấy, câu này mang hàm ý là tôi muốn xem đến đâu đã, rồi bắt đầu mới làm tiếp, quyết định tiếp. Okay, let's see where that leads. Okay. Right. So we're done with the homework. Right, I'm sorry, reading. Let's move on for structure. Throw yourself into something to take solace. Right. In doing something, you can say found solace. Ball runs eyes out, dripping sweat, drip with sweat, dripping wet, something like that. Okay, fly low under the radar, right? And keep a low profile to lay low or foray into something. Okay. Right, hit the gym, hit the road, hit the highway, downside, upside, right? More upside than downside. Today we have a lot of structure, right? So the idiom summary is going to be long. Roll out, try and true, try and test it, right? And see where that leaves. Okay, right? I don't know yet where that leaves us. Right? I don't know the result yet. Okay, something like that. Now we're going to move on to class group 3's performance, right? Evaluation of this. We have 53 evaluators, right? Clear diction, 7. In organization, 7. Would you learn idiom, 6. Effective use multimedia, 7. Preparation and teamwork, 7. Entertainment and humor factor, 7. Yeah, I have no idea why. Yeah, it's like you guys very unstable, not consistent in your own grading. Interaction, 7. Một phần tôi nghĩ điểm các bạn bị thấp ấy đó là do nhiều bạn chưa từng xem cái show này mà tốc độ đi nó nhanh quá. Các bạn ấy không theo kịp được là gì đấy. What's going on in the show? So that's why maybe it's slower. So Good news, fluency, interesting show, intriguing clips, right? Bad news, not easy to follow in some parts, like learning value. Đấy, một nhược điểm lớn nữa là các bạn hoàn toàn bỏ qua cái phần gì đấy, learning value này, ok, right? Mà đấy chính là focus của một cái bài trình bày. So overall score 6.8, okay. For me, it's of course gonna be higher, right? Clear diction 7, organization I have to give you 7 as well, right? And good learn idiom 7, multimedia 8, preparation and teamwork efforts 7. There's only one presenter. I'm not sure what other contribute to that one. Entertainment humor factor 9, and audience interaction 8. I think you guys did a pretty good job with audience interaction. So my score is gonna be much higher than the class this time, right? 7.6. So here's our score summary, right? So we still have group 2 on top, right? And then group 3, and then group 1. Okay. Đấy, tôi chả hiểu lắm là cái quá trình chấm điểm của chúng ta nào. Okay. Group 2 chỉ có tôi nghĩ là một cái khiến cho các bạn ấy điểm cao là đúng rồi, cái show nó dễ ngấm và nó làm cho bạn ấy cười được nhiều hơn, đúng không? Đấy, chúng ta chấm nó hơi bị cảm tính một tí, ok? Đấy, ok. Thế thì với tôi thì các bạn quá là hơi over generous với group 2 nhưng mà lại quá là chặt với hai group còn lại, ok? But you're entitled to your opinion. Đấy là nếu các bạn quan điểm như thế thì là việc của các bạn thôi. Group 4, remember, we're gonna have presentation at session 23, and group 5 send the PP outline to me by that deadline as well. Okay. Group 5 chúng ta sẽ trình bày vào class Solidarity Day, đúng không? Chúng ta sắp đến cái ngày mà phải chọn chủ đề rồi đấy, cho nên các bạn nghĩ trước đi, đúng không? Ngày chúng ta càng tắc nhiều vào cái chuyện chọn chủ đề gì. Okay, I'm gonna give back, right, the result to group 3. Okay. Now let's move on to the reading, listening part. We don't have listening question for this one.
Tonight, our eliminated contestants are competing for $100,000.
Right.
Tonight, our eliminated contestants.
Tonight, our what? Đấy, bây giờ đấy các bạn đã nghe rất quen cái từ eliminate rồi, đúng không? Đấy. Ngày xưa bảo là đầu tiên nghe eliminate chả hiểu nó là cái từ gì, đúng không? Đấy. Đấy. Chúng ta nghe xoa quen, chúng ta sẽ nghe được rất nhiều từ mà trước đây chúng ta không nhận được.
Tonight, our eliminated contestants are competing for $100,000, the at-home prize.
Right, so they're competing for $100,000 prize, right? The at-home prize. Remember that one is for eliminated contestants.
And later, our 3 finalists will face off.
Right, later 3 finalists gonna
the at-home prize, and later our 3 finalists will face off.
Right, will face off. What does it mean when you face off each other in a competition? Right, again, that means you compete directly with each other. Right, face off.
The at-home prize, and later our 3 finalists will face off for $250,000.
Right, for $250,000, that means $250,000 US.
Right.
Very big prize.
Now, I want to bring out our first contestants to weigh in.
The first contestant to weigh in.
The oldest couple we've ever had on the show.
Right, so the oldest couple ever made the show, never on the show. What does it mean? Right, the white teams, right? Yeah. Okay.
Husband and wife team, Estella.
Right, but a lot of loose skin. Right. So it looked like the 2 different persons, right? What did I say? Husband and wife what? To be, right? You remember to be, that kind of thing? Right? When you say bride to be, groom to be, right? Husband to be, right? That means they're going to become that thing very soon. And all of you can be a bachelor to be, engineer to be, right? Okay. Right. And loser to be, okay. Right. Okay. So that means they haven't got married yet, but they have already engaged, right? But his wife, a lot of changes. Right? And this one has no loose skin. That's amazing.
Wow, that love and support has got to mean so much to you.
Right? So she's the one who set the bar. Right? How many percent of her weight do you think she lost? 20, 30, 40? Okay, let's see.
You are our first person to weigh in tonight, so you are setting the standard for
Right, setting the standard, set the bar.
everyone. Estella, it's time for you to get on that scale. When you first arrived on campus, you weighed 242 pounds. Stella, your current weight is...
So with 34%, right? Something in between 30 and 40.
34.3%. Okay, Jared, look at
Do you think he lost more than his wife?
Yes.
How many percent do we think? 40? Okay. Right.
Jared, you're starting with 369 pounds. You have come so far. Let's see what your current weight is.
You come so far. So it's almost half of him's gone. Okay. There's still a lot of loose skin.
Damien, you're about to weigh in your fiance, Nicole.
But again, this one have no, right, loose skin. Maybe because she's young, right? So remember, you guys, you need to lose weight as soon as you can, right? Okay.
Nicole and her fiance were about to start a picture-perfect life together.
So Nicole and her fiance are about to...
Her fiance were about to start a picture-perfect life together.
A what? Life together? Right. Picture perfect life together. Right. What does it mean when they say something's picture perfect? That means it's gonna look really good in picture. Đấy. Thì chúng ta đi du lịch thì thường cái chúng ta tìm đầu tiên đó là gì đấy? Đấy, a picture perfect spot, đúng không? Đấy, một cái chỗ mà làm sao lên hình rất là đẹp, đúng không? Đấy, chụp xong người ta là đi về thôi. Đi du lịch gì nữa? Picture perfect. What about someone who look better in picture than in real life? What are you gonna say? Right, photogenic. Right. Okay. It's a picture. Photogenic. Okay. This one is actually a written word. Đấy từ này là từ văn viết, đúng không? Văn nói người ta nói là gì các bạn biết không? Right. You're gonna say the camera loves someone. Loves someone. Well, right. So when I say the camera loves someone, that means that person is photogenic, look better in picture and then in person. And of course, the other way around, you can say that the camera hates me. Right? They are not not photogenic. Okay. Any people here think that the camera hates you? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Chúng ta tưởng là người ta rồi trong ảnh chị xinh đấy. But the camera hates me. Yeah. That means okay.
Her fiance
were about to start a picture-perfect life together, and she wanted a mind and a body to match. Nicole, your starting weight is 269 pounds.
I do believe that I am that strong, beautiful, powerful
Look at her before.
woman that he sees, but I just don't see it right now. I am not faking my life now. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I'm actually living my life.
For the first time, I'm actually living my life.
This is really...
Now, right, she got into her wedding dress. Nhiều bạn nữ lại bắt đầu.
A dream come true. I know I worked hard to get here. And I deserve to be in a wedding gown of my dream.
Jerry has the lead. Nicole, in order to take the lead away from Jerry, you need to have lost more than 129 pounds.
Look at her. Can she beat Jerry? No. Why not?
You look fantastic, and that wedding dress looks beautiful on you, but we want to see how you look on that scale. Nicole, your starting weight was 269 pounds. Your current weight is 146.
She didn't beat Jerry, but she's very close, right? 45.
Weight loss of 45.72%. Nicole, you came so close. Next is Dane, a successful real estate appraiser. Dane.
Right, so he's a real estate appraiser, Dane.
He's now appreciating a new lease on life.
Right, appreciate a new lease on life, right?
Dane, your starting weight is 412 pounds.
I have an amazing wife that loves me so much.
I have an amazing wife that loves me so much.
And I have 3 amazing, beautiful children.
And 3 amazing, beautiful children.
And it breaks my heart to know that I'm letting them down.
It breaks my heart to know that I'm letting them down.
My son Cotter, he wants to be like me so much.
It's a problem that his son wants to be like his dad too much.
My son Cotter, he wants to be like me so much that he started eating and drinking lots of water.
Right, so he starts eating and drinking a lot of water.
And he tried to make his stomach stick out.
Right, try to make his stomach stick out. Là cố gắng làm sao bụng nó phớt ra được như bố. So he feels like he's setting a bad example, right, for his children.
Because he wanted to be like Dad.
Because he wants to be like Dad.
And that just breaks my heart that I'm that bad of an example.
Right, so it breaks my heart too.
My weight got in the way of doing the things that I wanted to do with.
Right, my weight what?
Got in that bad of an example. My weight got in the way of doing.
Right, got in the way. So what does it mean when you say something get in the way? Right. When something get in the way, that means it becomes an obstacle, right? It stops you, it prevents you from achieving your goal. Right? That's get in the way. Từ này có thể dùng cả nghĩa đen, nghĩa bóng nhé. Thế tôi có chắn đường anh không? Ta sẽ nói là gì? Am I in the way or am I in your way? Đúng không? Thế nhưng mà chúng ta muốn bảo người khác là tránh ra, ta sẽ nói là gì đây? Out of, right? Out of my way, or get out of the way, right? Out of my way. Okay. So remember, in the way is different from on the way. Okay, right? On the way mean we are on the road to somewhere. Right? It's on the way. Ví dụ mày đi đâu rồi? I'm on my way. Có nghĩa là tao đang trên đường. Okay. Nhưng mà I'm in my way thì chẳng nghĩa gì cả. Tức là I'm in my way là tôi tự làm sao kìm hãm bản thân mình. Okay. Right. Okay. So be careful with that.
My weight got in the way of doing the things that I wanted to do with my family.
Right, so it got in the way of doing the thing that I want to do with my family.
You know, today I've made working out and being healthy one of the main priorities in my life. No matter
Right, so the main priority in my life is getting healthy.
what happens from
And his wife is very pretty, right? And skinny as well.
here on out, my goal is to try to win the 100 grand, but if I don't, it
And my goal is to try to win the 100 grand. But if I don't,
doesn't really matter because I've already won.
it doesn't matter because I already won. Yeah.
But if I don't, it doesn't really matter because I've already won.
Your starting weight was 412 pounds. Get on the scale. Dane, your current weight is
So you can tell that most of them lost between 30 and 40%, right? Jerry and Nicole is kind of exceptions in a way.
They went to the food court and they have those plastic chairs.
So they went to a food court and have those plastic chair, right? Something that's been sitting on.
They went to the food court and they have those plastic chairs. Well, I was sitting in the plastic chair and it broke.
So that's her motivation, right? When she sat on this plastic chair, it just broke. Đây bạn nào đã bị vụ này chưa?
In front of everyone in the food court.
In front of everyone in the food court.
And just to have my boys sit there and, you know, see that happen to me.
Just have my boys sit there and see that happen to me.
I was humiliated.
I was humiliated.
I wanted to leave right then.
I wanted to leave right then.
I need to make a change because.
So, right. So I need to make a change. So next time I sit on the plastic chair, it doesn't break anymore. Okay.
I don't want my 7-year-old to grow up feeling the way I do right now.
I don't want my 7-year-old grow up to feel like I do right now. Right? Again, they want to set a good example for their children. That's more important thing, right?
I want my 7-year-old to grow up feeling the way I do right now.
Mandy, your starting weight was 263 pounds.
Right? You can tell that most of them, when they lost weight, they look much more attractive, right? Actually, they pick contestants like that, right? To make sure that they are very presentable on TV once they lost some weight. Yeah. So the difference even bigger, right?
Current weight is 171. You lost 92 pounds, Mandy. The total percentage of weight loss is 34.98%. Every day on campus.
Remember the purple girl, right?
Kristen didn't just think of herself and her weight loss. She wanted to be a role model for the millions of people.
She want to be what?
And her weight loss. She wanted to be a role model for the millions of people.
Right. To be a role model. Right. What does it mean when you say a role model? Right, okay. So role model means you set an example for others to follow. Okay, right. And remember this one could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Đấy, cái này role model này không phải là chúng ta đừng dịch là mẫu mực, đúng không? Thực ra nó chỉ là một cái gì đấy, một cái dạng hình mẫu thôi, đúng không? Đấy, nhưng mà cứ nói đến mẫu thì chúng ta nghe có vẻ nó tốt đẹp, đúng không? Thì Sơn Tùng với Tùng Sơn đều được coi là dạng gì đấy, role model cả. Ok. Đấy, okay. Chúng ta có thêm mặt Tú nữa, đúng không? Role model.
Her weight loss, she wanted to be a role model for the millions of people watching at home and exceeded her wildest expectations.
They exceeded her wildest expectations. Look at her before. Right?
Kristen, your starting weight is 360 pounds.
My weight is more than the guys on the defensive line for the Green Bay Packers.
You get that?
Than the guys of my weight is more than the guys.
Right, my weight is more than the guy
on the defensive line for the
right, on the defensive line.
The Green Bay Packers.
Of the Green Bay Packers là một cái đội bóng bóng chày, đúng không? Đấy, tức là cái hàm ý là chúng ta nhớ trong bóng chày có những cái cầu thủ mà rất là đô đứng để chỉ để chắn và đối thủ bay qua là đập lại là văng lại ngay lập tức. Đấy, mà bà bảo là bà con này sao nặng hơn mấy ông này. Okay.
Than the guys on the defensive line for the Green Bay Packers. I will not allow myself to go on like this any.
I will not allow myself to go on.
Kristen, you have just made history.
You have just what?
Kristen, you have just made history.
Giờ chắc ai không còn ai đọc về history nữa rồi đúng không nhỉ? Đúng không? Okay. So what does it mean when you make history? Right. So you achieve something for the first time, right? That's so impressive. People are gonna remember it for a long time. That make history, right? So you're the first one to achieve something so impressive, right? People are gonna remember it. And you can also say, go down in history. It means the same thing, right? Go down in history. Or make history. Or music. Đi vào lịch sử.
Kristen, you have just made history.
So what kind of mystery she made? Remember from the previous episode? She was the first woman ever to lose 100 pounds on campus, right?
You are the first woman ever to lose 100 pounds on the Biggest Loser campus.
This is the happiest moment of my life. I'm going to restart my life a brand new person.
Alright, so I restart my life a brand new person.
In order to take the lead away from Jerry, you need to have lost 172 pounds.
And Kristen is someone who finished 5th, right? So she had stayed on campus far too long than Jerry.
I know you got...
Do you think she can beat Jerry?
Family here rooting you on. Let's get you on.
Your family here to what?
I know you got family here rooting you on. 2 pounds. I know you got family here rooting you on.
To what? Now let's try to build this one. Your family to you on. So what comes between those?
2 pounds. I know you got family here rooting you on.
It's actually this one. When you root somebody on, actually more common structure is gonna be you root for somebody, right? That means you support that person. Right? You cheer for them and support them. Đây là một cụm từ rất là quen thuộc khi sử dụng đi xem thể thao. Mày được ủng hộ đội nào? Người ta nói là gì? Who do you root for? Right? Okay. Để nghe nó sẽ tự nhiên và xu hướng xã hơn là khi nào nó là who do you support? Okay. Who do you root for? Mày ủng hộ đội nào? Tôi viết nhầm cái chữ này như là chữ T nhá, hoặc chữ F. Okay, root for. So you have your family here to support you.
2 pounds. I know you got family here rooting you on. Let's get you on that scale and let us see how you did. Your starting weight was 360 pounds. Kristen, one final time. Your current weight is.
Again, she came very close, but it's not enough.
You get a standing ovation.
You got a what?
You get a standing ovation.
Right, you get a standing ovation. When you say that, something a standing ovation, what does it mean? Everybody standing up and clapping for you, right? Ovation. Tức là tất cả mọi người đứng dậy vỗ tay, đấy chính là standing ovation. Okay. In the history of Ngọc, right, there is only one group that got standing ovation from their presentation, right? So kind of went down in history, okay, in that sense.
You get a standing ovation. Okay, Dan.
Remember the orange team?
I'm going to take the lead away.
Doesn't look like he lost much, right?
From Jerry, you need to have lost more than 217 pounds. Let's get you on that scale, Dan. Your starting weight was 454 pounds. You're the biggest competitor we've ever had on the show. Dan, today, your current weight is 312. You have lost 142 pounds. Dan, that is amazing. Those are incredible success. More than 206 pounds.
So he's the one who finished fourth. Ông này là người kết thúc thứ tư, đúng không? Tức là suýt được vào finale. So you expect he lost a lot of weight as well, but it's enough to beat Jerry.
To beat out Jerry, for the $100,000 at-home prize. Jared, you spent 2 weeks working with Jillian on campus. Ron, you were on campus the entire time.
Right, he's on campus the entire time. Never got eliminated until the finale. Right?
You guys are the 2 oldest men we had on campus this season. We are here making history.
Right.
One of you is about to win $100,000.
What kind of expression is that one? Bring it on. Yeah.
Your starting weight was 430. Ron, your current weight is.
You can tell that these guys worry about this one. Not enough. Way to go, right? Oh, very nice wordplay. Again, now we move on to 3 finalists.
First started this journey, I hated myself. I felt that I was disgusting. I felt that I was bitter. Now, I'm leaving this range full of confidence in myself. I know that I can do anything I set my mind to. I've gone through this journey at 18 years old. I mean, I went toilet.
They have to run the whole marathon at the end for the finalists, right?
There's nothing that's going to stop me now.
Mỗi lần bài xuất hiện là lớp là cứ các bạn nam lên một cái trick để cưa gái, đó là gì đây? Các bạn phải béo lên đã, đúng không? Đó thì giảm cân thần tốc, đúng không? Đấy là nó khác.
Helen,
remember the cookie eater, right?
your starting weight is 257 pounds.
I find myself making excuses, not going places.
Right, I'm making excuses, not going places.
Because I just feel like I'm the biggest girl there.
Right, because I feel like I'm the biggest girl there.
So my life is really taking a spiral downward. We started diets many a times, but there was always something going on where we were going to start on Monday. This is our Monday right now.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it.
Another one now!
Helen was a 48-year-old overweight woman.
So she's 48-year-old overweight woman.
Ew.
Đấy, cái con này có phát âm chữ who mà thấy buồn cười không?
Old overweight woman who.
Đấy, rất nhiều người ở Mỹ tôi thấy phát âm như là hue, đúng không? Đấy, chắc là đấy không có một cách phát âm nào chuẩn cả. Các bạn cứ yên tâm là gì, chúng ta có chọn đến mấy người vẫn có thể có người phát âm như thế, đúng không? Quan trọng là gì đấy, phải hiểu được. Quan trọng.
Year old overweight woman who passed her prime.
Who what? Passed her prime, right? Right. When you're in your prime, you're at the most successful, most active periods of your life. Đấy. Tức là chúng ta đang ở cái thời kỳ xuân sắc nhất, đúng không? Thành công nhất. Đấy, đúng vậy, phụ nữ mà in your prime, tức là chúng ta đang đúng là thời xuân sắc, đúng không? And when you are past your prime, that means you already passed that, right, period. I hope everyone here is still in your prime, right? You feel like you already passed? Yeah. Or you don't even have a prime? Okay. Actually, that's a good thing, right? You're never afraid of passing that. Okay.
Weight woman who passed her prime. You know, everyone's going to tolerate Helen.
Alright, so everyone's gonna tolerate Helen's.
Until the time comes to send her packing.
Until the time comes to what?
Helen. Until the time comes to send her packing. Helen. Until the time comes to send her packing. Helen. Until the time comes to send her packing.
Right, to send her packing. Okay. So when you say you send somebody packing, that means you show somebody the door. Okay. You tell somebody to leave. Đấy, mọi người nghĩ là bà này trước sau Diệu đi về thôi, cho nên là cứ đợi khi nào bà đi về là send her packing.
Helen, until the time comes to send her packing. And now you've got this powerhouse who's kicked everyone's ass.
So we got this powerhouse that kicks everyone's ass.
So far, you have lost 103 pounds.
I'm 48 years old. I've worked my ass off.
I worked my ass off.
Every moment. I did everything my trainers told me to do.
I did everything my trainer told me to do. Helen started training with Bob first, and then she switched to Jillian. Okay, so she actually benefit from both training styles.
And last chance, it paid off.
And you what?
It paid off. Chance, it paid off.
Right, it paid off. Okay. It paid off. When you say something pay off, that means successful, right? You get the result, you need, you want. Pay off. Đạt được kết quả, đã thành công rồi. It pay off. It paid off.
Yeah! It paid off.
She looks great, but there is one finalist left to check in with. That's Tara. She had a record-breaking season.
Alright, so we have Tara. We have a record-breaking season as well.
She won 12 challenges, and that
she won 12 challenges.
is more than any other player we've ever had. She lost 135 pounds and set a record for weight loss by a woman on campus.
So she set a record for weight loss by a woman on campus. We don't know yet how many pounds she's gonna lose at home, right?
And set a record for weight loss by a woman on campus. And for 18 straight weeks, she never once fell below the yellow line.
Right, so she was never in the bottom two, right? So she set a new standard for success.
Take a look.
This is Tara's time.
Look at her at the beginning.
Tara, you have just won immunity.
She keeps winning immunity all the time.
Tara wins immunity again.
I remember her biggest threat is gonna be Sione, right?
Tara's taking the lead from Sione.
I'm getting stronger. I love that feeling. I'm always going to give 115%. I am a competitive person.
Tara is the winner.
Tara, congratulations. You have lost 125 pounds. The most any woman has ever lost on campus.
I've never felt so good in my life. I wake up and I'm like, thank God, why am I so blessed that I'm here?
I feel like I'm changed inside and out.
I feel like I changed.
I feel like I'm changed inside and out.
Right. So when you say inside and out, what does it mean? Completely, right? When you say that you know somebody inside out, what does it mean? You know somebody really well, right? Very well, right? Know somebody inside out, know somebody very well. Okay? Inside out. Inside and out means the same thing in this case. Yeah, right. Biết từ trong ra ngoài.
I feel like I'm changed inside and out, and it's the best experience I've ever had in my entire life. And whatever I can bring back to you, please.
She looks like a model again.
Take it all.
So who do you think is gonna win and who you want to win? Mike? Really? Okay. And Tara? Okay, we have to. Nobody root for Helen. Okay.
Here's Mike.
Tôi tua lại được không? Vào cuối buổi một cái câu nữa tôi sẽ cho các bạn Mike Facebook đúng không? Đấy. You can do whatever you want with that. Okay.
We need to say hello.
Lớp mình có nhiều bạn thích các anh béo đúng không? 18 tuổi. 18 tuổi nhưng mà có cái thời thi rồi. Bây giờ cũng phải là hơn tuổi các bạn rồi, yên tâm. Okay. Bây giờ người ta gọi là vừa tầm đấy.
We need to say hello to the new Helen. Come on out, Tara!
The makeup makes her look a little bit older.
All right.
So Helen, the first one on the scale. Do you think she lost more than Jerry?
Yes. No.
No way?
Helen, when you first came to campus, you weighed 257 pounds. Your current weight is.
So more than a half, right?
There's no way you can lose. Well, in order to take the lead away.
Để nghe người ta nói.
The way you can.
Nhiều chị những gì đến mai là bắt đầu. Làm ăn gì? Okay.
You said it. There's no way you can lose.
You said no way you can lose.
Well, in order to take the lead away from Helen, you need to have lost more than 211 pounds.
Right, to beat Helen, she had to lose more than 211 pounds.
Yeah, let's see how that works.
So, let's get you on that scale. When you first came to campus, you weighed 388 pounds. 18 years old, Mike. Youngest player ever. Your current weight is 181.
Oh, it's not enough. All right.
And now Helen and Tara.
Right, it's gonna come down between those two. And again, remember I mentioned this one before, right? Helen is someone who always did exactly what her trainer told her to do, right? But Tara always tried to go over it, right? And do something else. And let's see who's gonna be more successful on that scale. And the final time.
To one final moment. One final weigh-in. Tara, you've been unbeatable all season. In order to beat Helen, you need to have lost more than 160 pounds.
Right? She had to lose more than 160 pounds to beat Helen.
Time for you to get on that scale. Tara, when you started your current weight is?
Okay, let's go over Yvonne's structure. Face up, right? To be, right? Picture perfect, photogenic, camera love someone, right? Got in the way, get in the way, out my way, on the way. Let's watch some book club for this one. What do you think about the gang of buffalo? They are in the way, on the way, or out the way? Right. In one's way.
I'll see you in hell! Well, I'll be wearing your pants!
So what about the guy in the middle?
Okay, I'm feeling a little in the way here, so I'm
So she saw something, right?
Hello.
Am I in your way?
Right? Am I in your way?
Hey.
The only thing in my way are those pants.
Bây giờ giữ vào nha.
Am I in your way?
The only thing in my way are those pants.
Sorry about that. But the only crack around here I ain't put coffee in.
Never mind that. Okay, right. A role model, make history, go down in history, and root on or root for someone, right? Standing ovation. Again, idiom summary is going to be very long this time. And pass one pride in one's pride, like stand somebody parking, and pay off, right? Okay, inside and out, or inside out. It means the same thing. He knows the subjects inside out. Right, so here's my Facebook. I'm gonna give you a follow-up. Where's that one? Tôi nghĩ tôi để ra đây thôi. Ta sẽ có một cái follow-up reading. So the reading gives some info about what become of those contestants 5 years after the show, right? Did they actually can maintain everything they had achieved at the end of the show, or they're going to be back to the person they were before, right? Okay, right. So that's some kind of negative consequences of participating in the show, as well as the positive one. Mọi người đã có reading chưa? Okay, let's get started with the reading.
6 years after dramatic weight loss on the TV show The Biggest Loser, most contestants in a recent study had regained the pounds, and on top of that, their metabolism had slowed and they were burning fewer calories every day than they did before the show. Researchers studied 14 contestants who participated in the 30-week competition, which involves intensive diet and exercise training. They started at an average weight of 328 pounds, or 149 kilograms, and ended at an average weight of 200 pounds, or 91 kilograms. 6 years later, their weight, on average, was back up to 290 pounds. Only one participant hadn't regained any weight. Similarly, percent body fat started at an average of 49%, dipped to 28% and returned to 45% over time. But resting metabolic rate did not follow the same pattern. The group as a whole on average burned 2,607 calories per day at rest before the competition, which dropped to about 2,000 calories per day at the end. 6 years later, calorie burning had slowed further to 1,900 per day. The slower the metabolism, the more a person has to cut back on calories in order to keep from gaining weight. There used to be a mythology that if you just exercised enough you could keep your metabolism up. But that clearly wasn't the case. These folks were exercising an enormous amount and their metabolism was slowing by several hundred calories per day, said Kevin Hall of the National Institutes of Health in Maryland. Their metabolisms didn't speed up again when they regained the weight, he told Reuters Health. Perhaps counterintuitively, participants whose metabolisms had slowed the most at the 6-year point tended to have regained less weight. Metabolism appears to act like a spring, Hall said. The more effort you exert to lose weight, the more it stretches out, and the harder it will spring back, regaining and holding onto the fat that was lost. Your body is working to defend your energy stores, really your fat mass, said Dr. Michael Rosenbaum of Columbia University Medical Center in New York. When that fat mass is diminished, either by eating less or exercising more, most of us respond by changes in brain circuitry that increase our tendency to eat and changes in neural and endocrine systems, and especially muscle, that make us more metabolically efficient. It costs fewer calories to do the same amount of work. The aim of the Biggest Loser program is entertainment, not sustained contestant weight loss, said Professor John R. Speakman of the University of Aberdeen. It is not a prescription for how to change your life. The only weight loss method that seems to avoid metabolic pitfalls is gastric bypass surgery. People who undergo the surgery experience a similar dip in metabolic rate along with massive weight loss at the 6-month point, but after 1 year they have the expected metabolic rate for their size, rather than the much reduced rate of Biggest Loser contestants. But the Biggest Loser results are not uniformly dire, Hall said. On average, the group regained much of their weight but did maintain about 12% weight loss even after 6 years, had better cholesterol profiles, and none had developed diabetes during follow-up. You don't need to lose that much weight to see benefits, he said. A lot of people conflate the cosmetics of weight loss with the health benefits of weight loss.
Okay, right. So here's the homework solution. You guys have to check it out.
In the Northeast, for example, the Forest Service is directly engaged, actually as one of the principal investigators on the cooperative agreement.
Next.
But you see, terrorism began long before. In 1987, they went by the name of Abu Nidal.
Next.
Try not to get our regulars in trouble.
Is Carly regular?
He's in here every couple of weeks.
Regular?
Bets a lot, drinks a little.
Next.
Well, then I guess there's no point in my talking to you anymore. All right. And something good came of this.
Came up.
Next.
You guys remember Ranjit?
Hello.
Hey, Ranjit. Good to see you. I've enlisted Ranjit's services as my personal driver because for the next week I'll be sleeping with hundreds of women, and I don't want to take a subway because, you know, germs.
Next.
So, these are the preliminary forms for an open adoption.
Preliminary.
There's a lot to go over, but I'll explain everything as we go through.
Next.
Both the Chinese and we valued the relationships we had been building. They were not one-off.
Next.
Oh my God! Mr. Hutchinson, hi! I haven't seen you since my father's scandal broke and they were dragging you out of your law offices.
Next.
I can jump that far?
You can't jump that far. Watch me.
But he didn't jump. And in the years that followed, he kept almost jumping. But each time, without fail.
Without fail, he didn't jump.
Here we go. He didn't jump.
Next.
Joshua's got to be at least 10 years old now.
Must have been hard for her to leave him there. I wonder where he is now. Maybe he was adopted?
Well, if Joshua was adopted, it was most likely a closed adoption. Due to the circumstances of the case.
Next.
We've been having sex every day for the last 3 months.
They tried to have a baby.
I'm starting to feel like a piece of meat.
Okay.
Oh, you really want a kid, huh?
This is all I've thought about for a year.
Let's just let it happen, okay? If it happens, then it happens.
No, you have to keep at.
Next.
To keep at.
Isn't Sophia amazing? She's smart, she's a good head for business.
But I'm gonna go with Dexter.
But he would go with another guy.
He's got a business degree from Stanford, and in his spare time he researches artificial intelligence.
He do artificial intelligence.
But Sophia's intelligence is real.
I'm sorry. I may have a knife. Do you want me to break the news to her?
Break the news to you?
No, I'll do it when I get home. It's better coming from a friend.
Next.
The London newspaper, the
The last one is very long because kind of interesting.
Daily Mail, listed the top 10 problems experienced by couples on vacation together. And topping the list was the man looking at other women in bikinis on the beach.
Right, so when you're with your boyfriend and he look at somebody else in bikinis, you got worried. Why? And he explained why you have no reason to worry about that.
The problem is that the wife or girlfriend feels threatened by his looking. Here are 3 reasons. First, virtually every woman, no matter how attractive, thinks that when her man is looking at other women in general, and in bikinis especially, he is finding them more attractive than her. Second, she thinks that he is therefore dissatisfied with her, which in turn arouses the unspoken but primal fear that he might leave her. And third, she is sure that her man will continue to think about these women long after they've disappeared from sight. So now let's analyze these reasons. First, does the husband or boyfriend find these women on the beach, or for that matter anywhere else, more attractive than he finds his wife or girlfriend? The answer is sometimes yes. He may very well find some of those women more physically attractive than his woman. But here's the point that most women, again, understandably don't know. With very few exceptions, it doesn't matter. He wants you. I repeat, he wants you. And if he does, all those other women don't amount to a hill of beans.
Doesn't mean anything.
Within seconds of her disappearing from view, he has no memory of any of these women. When in sight, they can take over his male mind. But out of sight, they are out of mind. Yes, the visual gets men's total attention in a matter of seconds.
Just in a matter of...
But as soon as the woman he was focused on vanishes, most men forget what they saw in an equal number of seconds. Why does this come as news to most women? Because you, the woman, remember the women your man looked at. And you therefore think that...
Chỉ cái người nhớ là gì đây? Bản thân các cô, đúng không? Đấy. Rồi các cô nghĩ rằng mình nhớ thì thằng kia hẳn nó có làm sao? Ám ảnh. Thằng kia nó quên ngay.
He too remembers them. But let me assure you, he doesn't. Most men under torture couldn't identify the women they looked at the hour before, let alone the day before, if they were shown photos of them along with photos of women they had never seen. In some men, when your man looks at these other, perhaps even more attractive women, he is A, not comparing you to them, B, not in any way becoming dissatisfied with you, and C, certainly not thinking of them later. He looks at them, because they are other women.
Nhớ là đấy, bạn của mình nhìn vào người khác chỉ đơn giản của họ là gì đấy? Phụ nữ. Nếu mà không nhìn thì mới là một vấn đề chúng ta phải lo ngại. Okay.
Whether they are more attractive, just as attractive, or less attractive. They are women in bikinis, so he looks. So when you're back in your hotel room, put on your own bikini and tell him you want him. Because again, more than anyone else in the world, he wants you.
Người ta nhớ bài học rút ra là mặc bikini ở mọi nơi, đúng không? Okay. Now let's check the result before we move on to the last part. Hiện tại có 15 nhóm thôi đúng không? Ok, số cấu trúc sai. Thế quên mất là cái điểm apple and oranges nữa. Nếu mà các bạn ấy ghi đúng hoàn toàn cấu trúc đó chúng ta được 2 điểm. Nếu như mà bỏ mất số nhiều ấy, chỉ có số ít thôi thì ta được 1 điểm, còn không thì không được điểm nào. Nào chúng ta nhóm số 1. Cái điểm warm up trước. 2. Số 2
không bị trừ thế nào.
Số 2.
Số 2 không có.
Số 2 không có à? Số 2 là số kia. Sorry. Nào, apple and oranges. Điểm ở warm up bao nhiêu? 1 đến 2. Số nhiều là 2 và số ít là 1. Nhóm tiếp theo nào? Nhóm số 3 tôi chả biết nhóm nào ngồi đâu nữa rồi. 2, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 tất à? 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 và 15. Ok, thầy đỡ phải ghi. Nào, giật đi điểm. Trừ mấy? 1, 0, 2. Nhóm này bao nhiêu? Trừ 1, 3. Nhóm 3 đâu? Trừ 1, 4. Rồi, nguy cơ đấy. 5. Trừ 3. 3 giờ có nhóm hy sinh. 6. 7. Em phải tự thấy số. Trừ 1. Ngăn cản được bao nhiêu đấy? 8. Đấy. 9. 10. 11. 11. 12. 13. 14. Và 15. Trừ 3. Ok. Đấy. Đây ta có 2 nhóm. Nhóm 5 và nhóm 15. Như là 2 nhóm này mà lớp chúng ta thoát được cái để gây quỹ. Okay. Mỗi nhóm đóng cho lớp trưởng 5.000. Okay. Đấy. Đến cuối giờ còn chưa đóng tăng lên 10.000. Okay. Right, now let's move on to the reading components for American Next Top Model. Right. First, right, they are talking about Tyra Banks, right, the host of America's Next Top Model, put her model in blackface. What does it mean when you put somebody in blackface? That means they paint, you paint their face with a dark color or something. And why does it matter in United States when you put somebody in blackface? Remember that this guy considered very offensive in the United States because they think you try to make fun of the black people, right? Okay. I'm going to show you one more sample before we move on to the main reading. And watch a clip about Harry Connick's strong reaction against the blackface performance by Australian contestants. Alright, so this guy parodied Jackson 5. Do you know Jackson 5? Yes. And Michael Jackson's brothers' boys band, right?
be a little better than the last act, perhaps.
Man, you know, if you take the Jackson 5 and subtract this 5...
You would take the Jackson 5 and subtract this 5. What he got? He gave them 0 points.
Whoa! Well, is there any redeeming... would you give them just for turning up? Perhaps a 2 or 3 or 4?
Well, if they turned up looking like that in the United States...
Right? If they turn up looking like that in the United States...
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right, actually. So we'll just keep it at 0.
Like, hey, there's no more show.
Right, so no more show.
Yeah. Let's go to Jackie now.
What about Pound Sweetie?
I thought you were very cute. Great choreography. Terrific singing. Fabulous.
7.
Nhìn cái show Úc nhìn nó cứ nhạc quê nào nhỉ?
Well, listen, you all booed when I hit the gong. What would you give them? Give me a number. Correct. When you were judging, very kindly judging.
And then they apologize to him, right, for that kind of routine.
Red faces. I noticed that when we had the Jackson Jive on, and it didn't occur to me till afterwards that I think we may have offended you with it.
We might have offended you.
And I deeply apologise on behalf of all of us, because I know that your countrymen, that's an insult to have a blackface routine like that on the show. So I do apologise to you.
Thanks, Daryl. And I just wanted to say on behalf of of my country.
So I want to say on behalf of my country, right?
I know it was done in humorously.
Yeah.
I know it was done in humor.
But we've spent so much time trying to not make black people look like buffoons.
Right. So, but we spend so much time trying not to make black people look like what?
And to not make black people look like buffoons.
Right. Look like buffoon. Right. You know what does it mean, a buffoon? Right. Buffoon mean a clown, đúng không? Bây giờ tôi nói là chúng tôi đã bỏ rất nhiều thời gian để sao tránh cái việc mà biến người da đen trở thành trò cười. Buffoon. Right. So this kind of thing is actually remind us of that. Okay. Right.
To not make black people look like buffoons. That when we see something like that, we take it really to heart.
Right. When you see something like that, we take it really to heart. Okay.
And I know it was in good fun. And the last thing I want to do is take the show to a real, kind of a down level, because I love, how much I love this show in this country, but I feel like I'm at home here, and if I knew that was going to be a part of the show, I definitely wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
You need to speak as an American, not as a white American or a
right, so you need to speak as an American, not a white or black one. Right?
Black American, but as an American, I need to say that. So thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Right. So the lesson learned here is that when you are in the United States, never put your face in black for whatever reason, just for fun or whatever, right? Okay, it's kind of very offensive to a lot of people in that country. Okay, so that's why people have problem when Tyra Banks actually put her models in blackface. Okay, so now let's move on to our reading.
America's Next Top Model puts models in blackface by Gazelle Emami. It's never a surprise when Tyra Banks pulls a tacky, over-the-top stunt on America's Next Top Model. But in last night's episode, Tyra crossed the fine line from tasteless over to offensive when she put the remaining 6 contestants in ethnic garb and gave them biracial identities. Call it what you want, but that's basically a euphemism for putting them in blackface.
What does it mean when say call it what you want? That means no matter how you call it, no matter how you describe it, the main thing, right, the same thing, right, it's still the same thing. Tức là dù bạn có gọi nó bằng ngôn ngữ từ gì của bạn, nó mô tả thế nào thì bản chất nó vẫn là gì đấy, như thế thôi. Right? Call it what you want. Okay? Right? No matter how you try to describe it, right? It's still the same thing.
The models arrive at a sugarcane field in Hawaii, where
nhớ là Hawaii, ta phải đọc là Hawaii, right? Not Hawaii. Okay? Hawaii.
Tyra gives a half-brained explanation of how people immigrated from all over to work in those fields. What happens when men and women from different places come together? Babies. Lots of babies that are from different cultures.
Đấy, nhớ cái từ culture người ta đọc nào. Đó. Đấy, quan trọng nhất là tôi thấy các bạn người Việt hay mắc sai lầm cái từ này, đó là mất âm L, đúng không? Thì mình bắt đầu là culture hoặc là gì đấy, culture, đúng không? Đấy, nó là culture.
That are from different cultures. A mix. Hapa. Hapa means half in Hawaiian. When the little history lesson is over, each model is assigned 2 different races, like Botswanan and Polynesian, and they're somehow supposed to actually understand what that means. But that's where the clothes and makeup come in, turning those cultures into mere caricatures. In a moment that reads like a disclaimer, Tyra acknowledges that the clothes and makeup aren't necessarily culturally accurate. Every outfit is not necessarily of what that culture is wearing now. It might not even be a necessary exact of what they've worn in the past. It's a fashion interpretation of it. So basically, Tyra, blatant stereotypes are okay in the fashion world? Oddly enough, this isn't the first time blackface has stirred controversy recently. Earlier this month, Harry Connick Jr. slammed an Australian TV show he was guest judging for a skit that had singers in blackface parodying the Jackson 5. Speaking out for the first time about the controversy.
Speaking out means speak out when you make a public statement, right? You speak officially for the first time.
Tyra said what we thought was a celebration turned out to be very negative in some of the press, and a lot of them were even saying that it was a form of racism. I want to be very clear, I, in no way, put my top models in blackface, she said. I'm a black woman. I am proud. I love my people, and the struggle that we have gone through continues, and the last thing that I would ever do is be a part of something that degraded my race.
Đấy, ý cô là tôi là người da đen, tại sao tôi đi làm sao? Đấy, làm hạ thấp cái dân tộc của mình, đúng không? Đấy chỉ là một cái sự trùng hợp thôi chứ không có ý gì cả.
And she went on to apologize to anyone who took offense to the shoot. I'm sorry to anybody that watched Top Model and was offended. That is not my intention, she said. My intention is to spread beauty and break down barriers.
What does it mean you try to break down barriers? Right? You try to remove or eliminate the differences between different groups or different cultures, right? So that's break down barrier. To remove differences between groups or different cultures. Đấy, chúng ta xóa bỏ hàng rào ngăn cách, đúng không? Giữa những cái dân tộc, giữa những
Tyra said the reason she set up the shoot was related to a personal mission. It is a passion of mine. It's one of the reasons why I live and breathe and what I feel my duty is in it.
Right. When you say a reason why I live and breathe, what does it mean? You talk about one is the most important goal, right, or purpose in your life. Anh ta nói về một cái mục tiêu lớn hay là một cái sự nghiệp của đời mình, thì ta sẽ nói là the reason I live and breathe.
It is definitely my number one passion in my life. To expand the definition of beauty. To stretch the boundaries.
What does it mean when you stretch the boundaries? Does that mean you try to go over the normal limit and do something even more incredible, right? Just stretch the boundary. Okay. The other structure that we usually use is gonna be think outside the box, right? Okay. Right. When you think outside the box, that's the same thing, right? You try to go over the normal limit. Right? The box represents the normal limit and try to get outside of that, right? And do something even more incredible. Chúng ta cố gắng vượt qua cái giới hạn thông thường, làm cái điều rất là phi thường, đúng không? Yeah. Okay, stretch the boundaries means the same thing.
Of beauty, to stretch the boundaries and help young girls raise their self-esteem by teaching them to embrace their beauty, to look in that mirror and see that different shade of their skin and say, "This is beautiful," she said.
Okay, right. So, call it what you want, speak out, right? Okay, break down barriers, right? The reason why you live in prison, stretch the boundary, and we have this equal to think outside the box. So, session 22, we're gonna write down the idiom summary as usual, and last gonna be the camera loves somebody. Okay. Right. And we are done.
Wait a second, look at these pictures again. Barney has the same pose in each shot, and these are like years apart.
And he always looked the same in every picture.
Ah, yes, about that.
He said that he never takes a bad picture.
Never take a bad picture. Never have, never will.
There has to be a bad picture of you.
Nope, not one.
What about from elementary school? Everyone has bad pictures from school.
Not the barnacle. I always look drop dead stone cold amazing. Unlike Marshall, who just looks dead, stoned, and cold.
He was right, kids. Your Uncle Marshall does a lot of things well, but he does not take a good picture.
True.
So she tried to get a bad picture of his.
Aha! Got it. A bad picture.
Is it, though?
Wait, you were eating a chip.
Don't even question the logic of this one.
Where's the chip?
It is physically impossible for me to take a bad picture. I don't know why. Ask God.
Oh, just. Oh, oopsies. Hey, I dropped my phone. You mind picking it up for me? Smile, you son of a bitch! Got it!
Did you, though?
But how did you do that? You weren't even standing up!
The camera loves me, Robin. More than loves me. The camera lusts after me. The camera wants to put on some nice lingerie, pop in an Al Green CD, dim the lights, and do all the work while I just lie there with my eyes closed.
Hey, Barney, is that a hole in your suit jacket?
What? Where? Now, Marshall!
Ok, thế 5 phút còn lại tôi sẽ làm một cái việc mà trước đây tôi chưa làm, đúng không? Tôi sẽ điểm danh các bạn và đọc tên các bạn ra khỏi lớp. Ok, đấy. Đôi khi chúng ta thay đổi cách điểm danh tí cho nó sung sướng. Okay. Em ngồi tạm ở đây của tôi kìa. Dương Nguyễn My. Đấy, bạn nào xong rồi vào đến tên chúng ta ra khỏi lớp trước.
Nhóm 15 đóng tiền đi nhỉ?
Nhóm 15 kìa, gấp đôi kìa.
Cái hộp của lớp mình đâu rồi?
Từ từ, mình tôi cất vào trong này rồi.